Difference between cognitive dissonance and cognitive bias. Look at these pictures. Cognitive dissonance and bias. Look at this. In psychology, a detail going on. Cognitive dissonance is the psychological discomfort that arises when a person holds conflicting belief, values, or behaviors at the same time. Bias, it is a systematic error in thinking that distorts perception, judgment, or decision making. A difference between one nature, cognitive dissonance, and internal conflict or tension. Bias, a mental shortcut or distortion of reality. To origin, cognitive dissonance arises from inconsistency between belief and action. Example, smoking despite knowing it is harmful. Cognitive bias arises from limitations in cognitive processing, heuristics, or emotional influences. 3. Awareness. Cognitive dissonance often conscious. People feel uneasy and notice the conflict. Bias, usually unconscious. People are unaware they are biased. 4. Emotional components. In cognitive dissonance, strong emotional discomfort, guilt, anxiety, or stress. For cognitive bias, minimal direct emotional discomfort, bias feeling natural. 5. Response or resolution. Cognitive dissonance resolved by changing beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors. Example, justifying actions, but bias rarely resolved. People continue with distorted thinking patterns. 6. Example, cognitive dissonance. A doctor who promotes healthy living but eating junk food feels discomfort. Cognitive bias, a doctor believing older patients exaggerate pain. Age bias without evidence. 7. Impact on decision making. Cognitive dissonance decisions may be adjusted later to reduce discomfort. Cognitive bias decisions are skewed from the start due to faulty reasoning. 8. Focus. Cognitive dissonance deals with inconsistency between thoughts and actions, but cognitive bias deals with distortions in information processing and perception. 9. Duration. Cognitive dissonance temporary persists until the conflict is resolved. Cognitive bias long term and habitual unless actively corrected. 10. Theoretical background. Cognitive dissonance introduced by Leon Festinger in 1957 in dissonance theory, but cognitive bias introduced by Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman in 1970 in behavioral economics and psychology. In short, cognitive dissonance is equal to discomfort from contradictory belief and actions. Cognitive bias, systematic errors in judgment due to faulty thinking patterns. Thank you. Have a nice day.